Hey everyone, John here at the Midnight Paint and Body channel. It's time for another Midnight Tool review. This time it is the Kraken Rotation Handle Bearing Packer. So this week, ZOOYL has sent me this tool to try out. While this may not be really an auto body related tool, this is something I personally do a lot, having a lot of old cars and motorcycles and trailers and all kinds of crap. Repacking bearings is a pretty common thing around here. Not so much on customer cars, but on my own stuff. So yeah, so it's a rotation handle bearing packer. Now we've all repacked wheel bearings the old way. This guy is supposed to make it simple. So it does look like a kitchen device or something. But we'll get to that in a second. It seems tough. Seems well made. Oh, we got some stickers. We got, not quite sure what that is. Oh, I see. There's the Kraken holding on to a bearing. Okay, and there's a QR code for the instructions, which are also on the side of the box. So it says step 1, remove the handle and plate from the bearing packer. Okay, that shows kind of using a pair of needle nose pliers, but I'm not sure why. Oh, I see. Okay, and the plate. Oh, I see. Using needle nose pliers to pull the plate out. Oh, okay. There's that and that. Choose a filling method, manual fill or grease gun. So we're going to fill this guy. It says to fill it about halfway. I probably won't do that much. We're just going to do one bearing just to try it out to start. So you can either fill it manually, which I've got a tub of grease. I always have this stuff on hand, so I will probably just put some of that in. Or you can use a grease gun, and it does have a grease zerk in the bottom there, so probably a little tidier if you just want to pump it full with your grease gun. So fill it halfway, reinstall with the bearing and the parts. So first off, let's just have a look at our old school way of packing bearings. So yes, I wear gloves all the time, but I do auto body for a living, so I don't like transferring grease and crap all over the place. So if you've ever repacked wheel bearings, which you probably have, this is the most common way. We've got our bearing, and then we're going to scrape. And you want to keep doing that until it's pushing grease out the top of the bearing. Now, like most guys, I've done what seems like thousands of bearings like this. I've always been a gearhead, I've always been into cars, and this is something I've done many, many times. So, you know, you can do it that way. A little time consuming. But, yeah. I'm going to clean up this mess a little bit, and let's try out our tool. Alright, so instead of doing it the old messy way, let's give this guy a try. This type of greases. just about done. I would say once you've got grease in this thing, you're only going to have to add to it occasionally, I'm sure. So I don't mind kind of packing a bunch in there because I am sure I will be using this again. Actually, my boat trailer kind of needs the bearings done. I should say my wife's boat trailer. It's her boat. The boating thing's not really my thing. Alright, so now we're going to reinstall this guy. So let's push all the grease down. And then we're going to put our bearing in. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. So I kind of cleaned this up. I just pulled this out of some, actually I've got some disc brakes I picked up for my 69 Firebird I haven't installed yet. So I just pulled one of those bearings out of there. So we're going to drop that guy over the threaded piece there. Alright, that's kind of all it says on the box. I haven't scanned the actual instructions. I'll try and bring this guy up where you guys can see it. Just wipe some of that excess off of there. Alright, so I want to do this where hopefully you guys can see. So I got all our grease slopped in there. We've got our bearing sitting on top. Let's just see when we... I didn't put a whole lot of grease in there, so I'm going to have to compress this all the way down. Okay, so it feels like I'm up against the grease. So. Oh, look at that. You guys see that? I gave it one little twist there, and I can see it pushing all the old grease out. And there is fresh red grease coming through, just like that. That's pretty good, man. Hopefully you guys can see in there okay. Just look at it pushing straight through the bearing, just like no effort at all. So there's the stuff that pushed through the bearing, and you can see some of the old dirty grease that it pushed out of the bearing. I did quickly clean the bearing. I mean, typically you clean them really good, you know, brake clean them, get all the old stuff out. So there we are. So it pushed it through. And it's pushed it all the way through the rollers and pushed it out the top just like that. Very easy. Well, that's super cool. You know what, I think we could go and reinstall this thing. So this is just where I got the bearing from. I picked up these disc brakes, complete assemblies with spindles and everything. These are for my 69 Firebird. Yeah, now we're just going to drop that back in there. I would usually pack this cap full of grease before putting it back on. But in this case, these are going to come apart before they ever go in my car. Thought it was an easy one to use for a demonstration. Alright, so don't take that as a lesson in setting a preload of a bearing. I was just throwing it back together. Those are all going to be taken apart and gone through before they ever go on my car. So now I'm done with it. Next time I need to use it, it's all packed with grease. I just need to pull that top off, throw my bearing in, and then pack it. Man, that I like it. That is a pretty slick tool. Definitely something I'm going to keep around and keep using. So, just a quick little video, guys. So if you want to try one of these guys, link is in the video description for the ZOOYL Kraken rotation handle bearing packer. Like you just saw, man, this thing actually works really, really good. So if you do a lot of bearings, it would definitely be a time saver. I have no doubt about that over packing them by hand. I mean, packing them by hand is fine, but you saw how quick that was. I gave it a couple twists, it was done. Versus, you know, sitting there scraping the grease for the bearing, which, I mean, I've done for many, many years. Like I said, I've done many, many bearings. But, as always, guys, thank you for checking out my videos. If you want to check out these guys, Kraken bearing packer, link in the description. I mean, you can look them up. You can look at the reviews. There's a QR code. I don't know if you'll be able to scan that from the video if you want to, if you need to. But anyway, the link's in the description. Thanks for checking out my videos, guys. Hope to see you next time, where we'll be back with more auto body related content. We'll see you then. Hey, and just in case you were interested, guys, I thought I'd take you for another really quick update in the shop. The usual suspects. I mean, it's the weekend. It's a long weekend right now. I've got a job coming in the morning. My usual, you know, all of my motorcycles, my other bikes are in there. But customer stuff. I will have a video coming very soon on the 66 Mustang. May not look like it, but I have done a ton of metal work. So this one's now got new floors, new rockers, new frame rails in the rear. I've done the wheel houses and everything on this side. This quarter panel is roughed on. So, going to be a video coming out on this part of the metalwork pretty quick. If you haven't seen the video, the 52 sedan delivery is obviously on the chassis now. It's just, body is just sitting on the frame, roughed on. I've got a ton of work to do yet. Give you a little view of the rear tires that are on this in case you haven't seen it. As you can see, they're kind of wide. The 74 AMC Hornet. This is next on my list. I've worked on these two in the last bit. I'm going to be getting back on the Hornet next. Well, next when I get back onto these. I do still have a few rust repair jobs coming in the next few weeks, but then I'm fully committing to get back onto these big jobs. You've seen this one in the background, my 64 El Camino. This is not a restoration. I just want to get this car running and driving. I do want to drive it around as you see it, because I just think that'd be cool. One day I want to totally redo it. and I would love to paint it. If I do get that far, I will paint it this original color, because I think that just would look fantastic on this car. But I have also in this one, I put a full floor in it. I haven't been videoing the El Camino. Quite honestly, this is mine. I pick away at it here and there. It's tough to video when I just, I'm out here for a few hours or once in a while on the weekend working on it. I replaced part of the firewall. This was all rusted out. I made this piece. So that's where the heater box goes. I've got a little more metal work to do up here. Rusted through under the seam sealer. But all I'm planning to do with this, get this all cleaned up, painted black, all the front suspension painted black. Then I'll go through everything. We'll throw a motor in it, get this thing running, and put it back together. That's my plan. My 69 Firebird. That one. You've seen it kicking around forever in the back of the videos. Not running. And then for a brief moment, I had my new motor in, it was running. And then I went to a drag racing event. And, well, let's just say, now it's not running again. It's sitting out there with the motor out. So just waiting on my motor. But anyway, guys, just a quick shop tour. In case you're interested, make sure to check out the Kraken bearing packer. It is super cool. I really like it. Okay, now I'm leaving. See you next time.